So, country music, huh?
I stick that in your country song.
Last year, during the height of the pandemic, I decided to get in touch with my roots and listen to country music again like I did when I was a kid, and I started getting really into it again. Hot take, there's a lot of really good country music out there. Eat me. Sorry, I don't mean to be defensive, but a lot of mainstream country music is actually pretty good, especially last year. I was really back into it in 2020. During that awful year trapped indoors, songs about loneliness and drinking were very comforting to me. I even made a country song my number one favorite song of that year, and I felt really good about that. I thought that was a good, bold pick, and I just felt good. I felt really, really good. And then just a couple weeks after that, that stupid motherfucker started screaming the N-word on fucking camera. Are you fucking kidding me, you stupid piece of shit? Still quite bitter about that. Thanks for ruining my list, jackass. Where's my apology? I'm the real victim here. No, it's really amazing when you look at it. He had just released the biggest and most anticipated country album in ages. So right when he got into the position where he could do maximum damage, he immediately did it. Incredible. I can't believe that only happened this year. It feels like we've been living under the shadow of that for a lot longer. And partially that's because he did it right when the entire industry is dealing with a long overdue reckoning with a lot of shit, quite frankly. Honestly, Nashville seems like it's tearing itself apart right now. Everyone's arguing about how Morgan Wallen should be treated. Superstar Jason Aldean has been putting anti-Biden shit all over his Instagram. One of the guys from Florida Georgia Line wrote a song about how we all need to come together, and he sang it at Biden's inauguration, and the other guy refused to join him. There were rumors that they would actually break up over politics. It's just a shockingly fraught time for country. And this could just be a coincidence, but at the same time, the music has also been pretty bad. A whole bunch of people I follow on Twitter have been saying that this has been one of the worst years ever for country music. Just like every year. Again, eat me. But I heard people saying that, and I looked at the list of the big country hits this year, and man, I don't like any of these.
I hope you look just like your mama and love her like I do.
I liked a ton last year. But what is this? This is garbage.
He's one of the good ones.
Crap. I mean, yeah, I like Eric Church and Chris Stapleton and Miranda Lambert just like everybody, but at this point, that's like saying you only listen to Johnny Cash. It's corny, and you may as well say nothing. I mean, I want to stick up for mainstream country music here, but oh man, this is just not an inspiring group of songs. And from what people are telling me, it's not just that there are so few good songs, it's that the bad ones are really, really bad. And in the weeks after I noticed it, one bad song in particular started a slow but steady climb into the top 10, and now it's in the top 5. There were rumors it could even get to number 1. I've already seen tons of people name it as one of the worst songs of all time. Oh boy. Well, here is the song we are talking about.
My girl is banging, she's so low maintenance.
It's called Fancy Like.
Take her to Wendy's, can't keep her off me.
It's about how he and his woman are proudly low class and they don't need nice things, but every once in a while they do it up.
I gotta spoil my baby with an upgrade.
By going to Applebee's.
Yeah, we fancy like Applebee's on a date night. Got that Bourbon Street steak with the Oreo shake.
If you are not a country fan and yet find this song oddly familiar, you may recognize it from actual Applebee's commercials.
Got that Bourbon Street steak with the Oreo shake.
Applebee's scooped it up a couple months ago, and they even put the Oreo shake back on the menu for a brief time. So a song that sounds like a commercial jingle, and is now an actual commercial jingle, is one of the biggest songs in America. You would think being in a commercial would have ended it, but it's just kept getting bigger ever since.
I gotta spoil my baby with an upgrade. Hey.
Now, pretty much everyone I know has just reacted in shock and horror. Like, friends I hadn't even talked to in a while hit me up on Facebook like, hey, have you heard this horrible thing? It's so awful it'll turn your hair white. It would be easy for me to react like that, just be all aghast and make stupid faces, but I am reluctant to do that. Not because I particularly like this song, I do not, but because I feel like reacting in horror would be giving it what it wants.
Country kisses on my lips without scalding them.
You know, like when your little brother is being a brat to you on purpose so that you'll hit him and he can run to mom? Or when some troll on Twitter is being obnoxious in your mentions so you block him and then they go, lol, they blocked me, I win. I feel like this song is trying to provoke that reaction. Am I making any sense? It's a song about being tasteless.
Bougie like Natty in the styrofoam.
So if I get up on my high horse and be all like, oh my god, this song is just offensively tasteless, like yes, that's the point. I feel like if I do that, then the clown is me. And it really wants me to do that. Like, listen to this.
Take her to Wendy's, can't keep her off me. She wanna dip me like them fries in her Frosty.
I remember the first time I saw someone dip their Wendy's fries in their Frosty. It was a coworker. We were out on our lunch break, and we saw her eating Frosty dipped fries, and the rest of us just bugged out our eyes like, oh my god. And she tried to convince us that this was actually good, and when that didn't work, and we were just still horrified, she just kept eating them harder because she thought our jaw-dropped expressions were funny. I've kind of wondered in hindsight if I was just being closed-minded, but then Walker Hayes compared it to his and his wife's junk, so now I'm never gonna try it. But again, I feel like I'm being put in the position where I'm the one being laughed at. So I don't like this, but I struggle with disliking it more than your average shitty rap country song. We may have to go a little deeper here. So with that in mind, let us examine the man behind the song. An artist named Walker Hayes, who is a person I made up just now. I mean, you don't know. There's a billion of these guys, and I have not been paying attention long enough to tell them apart. Like, they all have similar sounding names. Walker Hayes, Brett Young, Lee Bryce, Luke Evans, Bryson Tiller, Kobe Smulders. I don't know. My point is that he's no one especially noteworthy, except for looking like a real-life version of the Wolfenstein guy.
Whoa, girl, simmer on down a notch.
Before now, he's only had one major hit, and that was from like a few years ago now, and he didn't really follow that up, so he's not some hot new up-and-comer either. In fact, if you try not to have opinions about his music for a second, he's actually a really inspiring story of persistence. He's been chasing this dream for a long time. He's been dropped by 2 labels. Only now, after 10 years of trying, does he seem to have established himself. On the negative, that means he's also a 41-year-old man making music that sounds like this.
Squeaking in the truck bed all the way home.
Now, as you can tell from this cheapo, barely a music video, there was not a lot of expectations attached to this song. It was a nothing song from nobody. And Hayes, like the rest of the world, does not seem to really understand how this took off. Well, there's an obvious reason, I can tell you right now.
We fancy like Applebee's on a date night.
Fucking TikTok. I mean, that's what it was. Hayes did a goofy TikTok dance with his daughter, and it went viral. That, of course, would have been the obvious answer if this were any other song, but country music lags behind all the other genres on hot trends like this new TikTok thing. Yes, obviously there was Old Town Road, but that was from an outsider to Nashville. The only person within the industry to ever master TikTok was Morgan Wallen, may he rest in peace. Yeah, he's on the apology tour. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, country TikTok dance, I'm fine with that, honestly. It's almost kind of nostalgic. When I was a kid, country music was all about line dances, so this is not really that new. And yet, Hayes himself thinks this was probably a fluke and that Nashville won't be going viral again anytime soon. Now, as a YouTuber, I resent TikTok in kind of the same way that Yearbook hated newspaper in high school. I don't get it. That's a culture I don't understand. Also, I'm kind of jealous. YouTube keeps pushing people to make longer and longer videos, and over there you only need 10 seconds. Like, maybe I should switch platforms. I mean, I can do vertical, put on some captions on it, like, look at that. In fact, I don't even need to talk. I can just play music the entire time. No, I hate it. I don't get it. I'm not gonna try. Now, I could use this song to make a point about TikTok being bad for music, but my real problem with TikTok music is that it just seems entirely random. I have no idea how or why things go viral over there. Like new songs, old songs, big songs, small songs. TikTok has introduced the world to some of the best music I've listened to in recent years, and also some of the worst fucking garbage I've ever heard. There just doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it. Like, is this dance better than other dances? Why this? But you know what? I care about the song. I don't care about dances. I I mean, I do think it's fucking gross to dance with your daughter to a song you wrote about how her mom wants you to stick your french fry in her Frosty.
Squeak, squeaking in the truck bed all the way home.
Ew. So yes, disgust was my first reaction to this song. But no, I am not really comfortable with that. For one thing, I have no right to judge. Like, as you can tell by my opulently decorated palace here, I am not a man of expensive tastes. I have charmed many a lucky lady by presenting them with only the finest jewelry from Claire's. Kidding. But yeah, if this guy thinks Applebee's is a hot date, like, what am I gonna say? I mean, I prefer Ruby Tuesdays, but what's wrong with Applebee's? In fact, just for this episode, I went down to Applebee's and I tried the Bourbon Street steak and,
Yep, that's a steak, all right.
This is what your Patreon dollars are paying for, by the way. I couldn't do this without you. Thank you so much. But, you know, it's a good $16 steak. Like, I'm not going to act like I have some refined palate. I can't relate at all to all these pop and rap songs about luxury goods. They do nothing for me. I should totally be able to get with fancy. Like, that's more what I'm about. Why are we all scandalized by this? A whole lot of really good country music is about finding the joy and grace in small moments. And that's what Hayes says he wanted this song to be about. And also, you guys ate it up when Beyonce was rapping about Red Lobster cheddar biscuits.
Fuck me good, I take his ass to Red Lobster.
You remember that? Oh, so we act like it's cringe for some dumb redneck to like casual dining, but it's okay when Beyonce does it. Okay, I'm gonna answer my own rhetorical question here. Yes, it is okay when Beyonce does it. Like, I'm thinking about it, and Beyonce took something that was considered tacky and used her glamour and fame and charisma to make it seem cool. But fancy like is not exactly a tribute to the dignity of the simple man.
That's how we do. Fancy
If
like.
there's any joy to be found in an Applebee's, he's done everything he can to strip it away. Dignity. I mean, that's the joke. There's absolutely no dignity in this.
I know clean blue jeans without the holes in them.
The dopey white guy flow and the obnoxious dorky guitar riff. Vaguely trap bass, just enough to let you know that we're aware of hip-hop, but, you know, not enough to be any good at it. It just sounds like shit. It's humiliating to listen to. The production is like a musical Larry the Cable Guy sketch. If Larry also used words like bangin' and bougie and all the other hot African-American slang of 30 years ago that we've just now learned.
Bougie like Natty in the styrofoam.
Like, I'm sorry to break it to you, black people, but we've ruined yet another of your words. I'm so sorry. It's embarrassing. If I was at an Applebee's and this song came on, I'd feel ashamed of myself. Like, goddamn, I'm just trying to enjoy some ribs at an affordable price, and then this song comes out like, yep, that's what we fucking morons think is classy. We wallow in pig shit all day, and then on special occasions we go to right where you're sitting right now. Gee, thanks, Walker Hayes. I wasn't self-conscious about my Southwest chicken bowl until you started singing. Maybe I'm projecting, like, I'm guessing a lot of people see this as kind of just a, you know, fun, goofy song about simple pleasures. But this is not a warm song to me. Like, I don't know if I didn't notice it when I was a kid, or if it just really is that much worse now, but I didn't realize how bitter and defensive country music is about being from the country.
And that might not mean much to you, but it does to me. Say I'm in middle of the road.
Like, it's not just about loving your small town and hunting and fishing and all that shit. It's about massive insecurity.
You might not know I'm here in this big city we're in.
It's ugly lashing out at people because they don't think your lifestyle is cool, and how, you know, actually, you know what? We're not jealous of places with culture, damn it. Actually, you're jealous of us. So maybe in a vacuum, this song would just be embarrassing. But I kind of suspect there's an edge to it underneath. But maybe I'm just imagining that, I don't know. The thing is, the song's also just not very well written. Like, what's this?
Bougie like Natty in the styrofoam. Squeaking in the truck bed all the way home.
See, I thought the chorus was supposed to be about all the slightly fancier things you enjoy sometimes, like a sit-down restaurant instead of Wendy's. But what is Natty Light supposed to be fancier than? That's already the worst, cheapest pisswater beer you can drink. Is the fancy part the styrofoam? Do you normally drink it out of, like, a dog bowl or off the floor? Meanwhile, you got shit like this in the verses, which is supposed to be about how cheap they are usually.
Don't need no Tesla to impress her. My girl is happy, rolling on a Vespa.
Do Do you actually own a Vespa? Okay, I'm worried I'm about to embarrass myself here because I don't actually know anything about what is and isn't a luxury item, but I thought Vespas were, you know, pretty expensive. Like, I get it's still a scooter, it's never gonna be cool, it's not a car, but as far as mopeds go, that's a really upscale brand, right? Those things are like $7,000. I thought they were like the chic, imported Italian, stylish and classy, stupid little scooter. It's not something I associate with Wendy's and mobile homes. So yeah, just on the basics, I also think this song is bad. Oh, and I haven't yet mentioned the reason that this was rumored to go all the way to number 1. See, no country artist crosses over to pop radio without a pop star getting them in the door, so they got a remix featuring Kesha. Didn't work, but it was an attempt.
Like Applebee's on a date night.
See, there's another thing that makes me worried I'm on the wrong side of this. Because we're all rooting for Kesha now, we all adore Kesha, we all want Kesha to succeed, and a whole bunch of critics, including yours truly, bashed her all the time during her heyday for being trashy. Don't we all feel bad for that? So yeah, now Kesha's here, to make us enjoy being tacky again.
I don't need no Bentley to impress me. I'll ride the bullet to the party like a jet ski. Boy, put that dumb down, take me to Waffle House. Give me those cheap thrills, chilling in the deep south.
This is worse. I really can't put my finger on why, but I like this even less than the original. Like, this just doesn't seem like a good use of your Kesha. Okay, what I'm learning from this is that there are different kinds of tacky. And Kesha was the fun, messy kind of cheap and tasteless. And this song is just not messy. It's just smug and satisfied. See, here's the thing about it. How do I put this? Okay, I checked out some of Walker Hayes' other songs. He's got one called Country Stuff, about all the things he likes.
Taxidermy, that's our favorite movie.
You serious, Clark?
I think he's saying that his favorite movie is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
You serious, Clark?
Okay, odd choice. Well, if that's what he loves, I guess that makes this a song for the Cousin Eddies of the world. But honestly, to me, this feels more like a song for Clark Griswold. Like, Applebee's and Wendy's are where poor people go, I guess, but it's also where everybody goes. They're the most popular restaurants in America. Like, I'm trying not to sound like I'm making fun of poor people, but this isn't really about being poor, it's just about being basic. I'm just saying, the homes in some of these TikToks look pretty nice. For all we know, Walker Hayes could be singing this from a decent-sized house with a big fancy TV and in a giant new truck in the yard. So yeah, I'm trying not to look like a snob, but this still sucks. I don't like it at all. But I can say one thing about it. One thing about being tacky is that at least you're not boring. When I say that the year in country music has sucked, I don't mean that it all sounded like this. It's the exact opposite.
'Cause I was made for you.
I think Music Row looked at all the controversy going on in the industry right now, and they decided that the best thing to do to make it all go away is to play it as safe as possible. And this is not an industry that takes chances to begin with. So what we've gotten instead is a lot of really, really boring love songs. Like, even the old bro country holdouts are making the most tastefully dull songs of their careers. So this may be the worst, most horrible sound I've ever heard, but at least I noticed it. But this is also kind of boring in its own way. Like, are you the fun, on purpose kind of tacky Walker Hayes, or are you just lazy? Like, if this were about my marriage, I'd start to get worried. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe your wife isn't as low maintenance as you think she is. Maybe she'd like a little more effort than fucking Applebee's. Especially if you keep calling her double wide and sing about dipping her Frosty. Ugh, this song makes me ashamed of myself. I'm gonna go develop a taste for organic caviar or something.
That's how we do, fancy like.
You fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy, huh? Nail done, hair done,